right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, teach and rule well, and also to their elders, the men that taught them. I pray the Lord have peace, blessings, and mercy upon the households of the hopeful elect. This is the brother Shema One from the Great Millstone Houston Church. And today, I want to go into a lesson, just been meditating on prayer. You know, really, initially just thinking about some of the videos going around with these other churches or these other camps, you know, especially what happened a few weeks ago with the ISUPK, you know, allowing outsiders to come in and look around at how they move and get down. But, you know, seeing that, you got a lot of carnal shit from it. It really wasn't, you know, uplifting in the spirit or edifying in the spirit. It was a bunch of carnal shit going on, you know, with the little disciplinary boot camp they had going on. That's cool. You know, bodily exercise profited little. But some of the major things that stood out is like, okay, whenever that shit comes to an end, you know, then what? Because the days that we're coming into, it ain't gonna be no such thing as you delivering yourself because of your strength, or you getting delivered because you just a fucking, you know, you a king. No, hey man, if we are gonna be delivered, it's gonna be through Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's it. That's the only way out of this one. It ain't no, you know, it ain't none of that. Your own strength is gonna get you out of it. It's strictly gonna be based off of the Lord coming through and delivering us, saving us from the dangers that may be present, whatever it is that we're involved in. But it made me think about praying. Whenever you don't have the physical ability, whenever you don't have the resources, whenever you don't have anything, one thing that we do have is the ability to pray unto the Lord and to ask him for whatever it is that we may need. And during serious times, the Lord comes through. And it's two examples that I'm thinking about off top. One second, let me park and let me find them. But yeah, all that, you know, all the carnal shit and the physical strength and the macho man, you know, all of that stuff is not gonna benefit nobody when the days of trouble, you know, are just active, man. But one second, let me park. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna start with the account in Daniel, and I'm gonna read it in the NLT. This is Daniel chapter 2 in verse, I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, yeah, Daniel 2 and 12 in the NLT. It says, the king was furious when he heard this, and he ordered that all the wise men of Babylon to be executed. And because of the king's decree, men were sent to find and kill Daniel and his friends. Now this is after King Nebuchadnezzar had his dream, but he wanted to know from his wise men and from the wise men of Babylon, you know, without him telling them what his dream was and what it meant. So whenever they told him that they couldn't do it, that's whenever he sent this decree out to start killing people. So going on, verse 13 or verse 14, it says, when Arioch, the commander of the king's guard, came to kill them, Daniel handled the situation with wisdom and discretion. Wisdom and discretion. That's not based off of, you know, the carnal ability, the physical ability You know, that's based off of the spiritual maturity, you know, application, applying the scriptures to your life. Not how many fucking push-ups or sit-ups you can do, or how many white people you can make bow down and kiss your fucking boots. The times that we're in is gonna be much need of applying wisdom. The scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Not how cold you are with that right hook, or how long you could run. You know, not dashing the bodily exercise part, but as far as like the focus. Over here in GMS, we are getting built up to endure, not getting built up to stay in this bitch. We're getting built up to endure, do what we gotta do the work, keep going, and Lord willing, hope for the best, which is salvation. These other camps, you can see right through the bullshit. So it says he handled the situation with wisdom and discretion. He asked Arioch, why has the king issued such a harsh decree? So Arioch told him all that had happened. Verse 16, Daniel went at once to see the king, and he requested more time to tell the king what the dream meant. Then Daniel went home and told his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, what had happened. Verse 18, it says, he urged them to ask the Most High, to ask the God of heaven to show them his mercy by telling them the secret, so they would not be executed along with the other wise men of Babylon. So whenever things got real and it was hot, something had to shake. The first move was pray. Let's go to the Lord and pray. Let's ask for his mercy to be upon us. That's the moves that, you know, that's the moves that are to be made in the days that we're in, and especially the days that are approaching. So all of the carnal entertainment right now is for nothing. It's a waste of time. It is a waste of time, man. Because in the heat of the moment, if you ain't been doing this, a switch ain't just gonna come on, and now you're gonna know what to do the correct way. You know, now you're in time of need, and the Lord is just gonna drop everything and come through for you, because you could be a nigga. You know, you could be a nigga all this time, but whenever it is time to really get with it, oh, the Lord go come through. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. Like, understanding the scriptures, the Lord will leave a nigga out high and dry. But if you're not, the Lord will absolutely come through and keep his word. You know? So verse 19, it says, so after they went to the Lord and prayed, he said he urged them to ask the Most High to show them mercy by telling them the secret, you know, so they wouldn't get executed. But verse 19, it says, so that night the secret was revealed to Daniel in a vision. Then Daniel praised the God of heaven. He said, praise the name of God forever and ever, for he has all wisdom and power. And that's exactly what it is. It says he praised the name of the Most High, and the name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. The most important things to have on this side, man, to call upon the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son in faith. Because look what the Lord did, you know? Just showing you, hey, through them prayers, the Lord came through. Let me get this in the book of Acts, because the same thing, well, not the same thing, but an account happened with Apostle Peter whenever he was thrown into prison, waiting to be executed, right? Something that I came across mentioned in prayer. What is that, Acts 12? One second, let me find it. This is Acts chapter 12 in verse 5. And mind you, reading up earlier, Herod had James, the brother of John, killed. So it pleased the Jews, right? So he was like, okay, next let's get Peter. So going in to verse 5, here we go. Peter therefore, Acts 12 and 5. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. So Peter was in prison. He was in a situation where it's like there's no getting out of this. But the church put up prayers for him. You know, whatever they asked the Lord for, they put up them prayers. And that's important because the scriptures tell us, one second, let me get it. In Ecclesiasticus chapter 35 and verse 17. One second. Ecclesiasticus chapter 35 and verse 17. I'm gonna read this in the GNT. It says, the prayer of a humble person goes past the clouds and keeps on going until it reaches the Lord Most High. So that's, you know, that's what is taking place whenever our prayers go up. They reach the Lord. They go somewhere. It's not just, you know, words just spewing out of your mouth with no value. But a key point is said, the prayers of the humble. You know, and looking at all these other camps, a lot of them, they don't have that humble type of spirit. They don't have the type of spirit as if they would be a part of the Lord's church. You know? But again, it says the prayer of a humble person goes past the clouds and keeps on going until it reaches the Lord Most High, where it stays until he answers. So after the prayer is sent up, it's in the Lord's hands. It's nothing we could do. It's nothing you could do about it. It's gonna stay with the Lord until he answers. But let's keep reading. It says, where it stays until he answers, by seeing that justice is done and that the guilty are punished. So, you know, there it goes. There it goes, man. Hey, the Lord is gonna come through. The Lord is gonna come through, but he's gonna weigh it out, because it mentioned by seeing that justice is done and that the guilty are punished. So it's gonna be a good and a bad. You know, somebody's gonna be in the right, somebody's gonna be getting helped out by the Lord, and somebody's gonna be getting their ass punished. So, you know, just going back to what we're reading in Acts, how Apostle Peter was locked up in prison, but the prayers of the church went out for him. Let me go back to that. So let's see what happened. Acts chapter 12 and 5 again. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. So he's in a situation where they got him on like damn near maximum security. It ain't no breaking out or getting loose. He's in the cell chained to two soldiers, and you got more soldiers outside. But look at what happened. It says, verse 7, and behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from off his hands. And his chains fell off from his hands. So hey, that's what the Lord did. And something that stood out, the prayers of the church went up. Power in prayer, bro. You know, brothers and sisters were praying that, you know, the Lord would have mercy, you know, deliver him, and look at what happened. The Lord did it. But just saying, them prayers are mentioned for a reason. That's our defense. That's a portion of our power in believing in what we ask for. It tells you that in the book of James. You know, whatever we ask for, we gotta believe in it. Let me read this. And 2, why not pray? Because the Lord already told us that we got an angel that's in the presence of the Lord continually. This is Matthew chapter 18 and 10. It says, take heed that you despise not one of these little ones. For I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. So, and what is it that the angels do, or the messengers do? Real quick, Hebrews chapter 1 in verse 14, it says, therefore, angels are only servants, spirits sent to care for people who will inherit salvation. And that was in the NLT. Hebrews 1 and 14 in the NLT again. Therefore, angels are only servants, spirits sent to care for people who will inherit salvation. So there's help for us in divine intervention, spiritual help, you know, which is better than anything that we could truly have on this side as a defense. You know, I got my weapons. Well, I've been in the gym. I'm ready. I'm strong. I'm in tip-top shape. None of that shit matters, man. We're coming into the time of the end of the wicked's rulership. The end of an empire is coming, and it's not going to be no gentle matter. The scriptures tell you they're going to have no mercy. You know, they're not going to spare anybody. They're going to come in rushing like a flood. You know, they know that they got a short time. All of these scriptures that we can read about pointing to how serious and how dangerous the times are going to be in. But for the spiritual, they're going to apply the spiritual. For the carnal, they're going to be out here bad, man. Because they're going to try to cash in. But your account is negative. You're not getting no spiritual help, man. The Lord has mercy on who he chooses to have mercy on. But the Lord tells us how to, you know, how to conduct ourselves also. But that was on my spirit. Just wanted to get that real quick. Those accounts of prayer, how the Lord came through. You know, shit, the prayers pierced the clouds and they went beyond, and the Lord came through quickly. You know, but yeah, I'll end it there. I pray this was edifying to the Lord's elect. Until next time, I say shalom.